DOT and city officials have for some time had a favored alternative for replacing the double-decker bridge on Interstate 229 downtown. But recent approval of an environmental assessment in July by the federal highway officials is opening the door for MoDOT and the city to move forward with their plan. News Press Now's Cameron Montemayor has the latest.
With the stamp of approval now in hand from federal highway officials, MoDOT is primed to move forward on preliminary aspects of its desired replacement plan for I-229, one that will see construction of a new 4-lane roadway at ground level in nearly the same location between the railroad tracks and the Missouri River.
It's a huge step, all right, because without this step and having that approved by the federal highway, we couldn't do any kind of improvements to that.
As part of the alternative, access to downtown would only be provided south at 4th Street and north at a new interchange at U.S. Route 59 and St. Joseph Avenue. Downtown exits at both Francis and Felix Street would be demolished. Renderings here show how the interchange could possibly look when constructed.
We're proposing that would actually have on and off ramps in both directions, where technically, right now, the only ramp that you have is for northbound 229 to get off at St. Joe Avenue.
Plans on the southern end for a 4th Street exit are likely to include a stoplight and ramps to allow for northbound travelers to enter downtown and freight and grain vehicles to access the Stockyards Expressway, one of many key components factored into the environmental assessment and recommended alternative, according to Chance Gallagher, St. Joseph Deputy Director of Transportation.
It's been a long journey. It went from 21 different options to now this option, which working with the mayor and Public Works and the MPO and MoDOT and all the stakeholders, I think this is going to be the best option. Still has some kinks that need to be worked out, but getting the approval of the EA moves forward for the ability of grants, for funding to be put in place, for design.
As part of the evaluation process, MoDOT is recommending de-designating I-229 as an interstate highway, with roughly 17,000 vehicles a day driving on the interstate. Traffic volumes are some of the lowest interstate volumes in the state, and significantly less than other major facilities in St. Joseph, like I-29 and 36 Highway. Lyles said the move will not lead to a loss of road funding. The preferred alternative also lists several downsides in the assessment, including downtown access and the potential to impede riverfront development in the downtown area adjacent to the bridge. St. Joseph resident Ryan Jolly said he's one of many friends who gets an uneasy feeling riding on the bridge and has no issues with the preference of replacing it.
I think it's a good idea. I believe that with the falling, it's about to fall in and everything like that anyways, that's what you hear. So I think it's a good idea. A lot of people I know, they're scared to even ride up on it anyways.
The next step in the process will come on August 15th with a public hearing at the Remington Nature Center from 4 to 6 p.m. MoDOT officials will present information about the recommended alternative and environmental assessment and allow for feedback from the public about the two documents.
We're not at the point that we will be turning this around into some type of design process. We've still got to look at probably in fiscal year 27, 28 before we would ever be ready to do some of that. Even if we're in the 27, 28, we'll need to start planning that early on and probably start getting a design team together to start developing those, the paperwork and the documents.
After the public hearing takes place, the Federal Highway Administration will then consider the alternative in the fall, and if all goes according to plan, issue a finding of no significant impact. If issued, MoDOT may begin the design process soon after.
A very short construction season when it does come through. We've got to move fast because we can't have that interstate, and I know it'll be de-designated, but can't have that pathway down for more than 2 years for the freight traffic. And then obviously access to downtown, making sure city streets aren't impacted, especially brick ones like Main Street.
Cameron Montemayor, News Press Now.